Right, today I want to do a bit of a product review of this Wössner 1JZ Conrods. Just want to make it clear that I'm not sponsored by this company whatsoever. I've paid the 897 pounds, which is 16,710 rands for this Conrod kit. There's the part number. It's for 1JZ-GTE. Well, 1JZs in general. So yeah, I want to do a bit of a product review as I couldn't get any reviews on it on YouTube or Google whatsoever. So I thought it might be worth my while and everyone else's while to do a product review of this said Conrods. I'm planning on getting Wössner pistons as well, but that will be something maybe next year. But yeah, very good packaging to start off with. I like the way they put the bolts in here. They've got like a plastic insert there for the bolts to go in. You can see the bolts are very good quality. It's ARP 2000 bolts, very good quality. There's some ARP assembly loop also included. So let me remove one Conrod here. Packaging is decent, very nice. I don't know what they call this. It's not plastic, it's like a paper towel, oily towel thing, but anyway, it's very nice. So here's the Conrod. Very good quality, definitely worth the money. Let me see those numbers here. I don't really know what the numbers are for, but nevertheless, it's very good quality overall. This is the A-beam Wössner 1JZ Conrod. The reason why I went with the A-beam instead of the H-beam is I've seen a lot of images of these H-beam Conrods that snapped, and I'm talking about name brands. I've seen, I think it's 3 name brand ones that snapped, and also a Chinese one, which is also a very popular manufacturer of Conrods. Those Conrods are more expensive than the BC Conrods here in South Africa, the Chinese ones that I'm talking about. So that's why I thought to myself, the standard JZ Conrod is an I-beam design, and I've only seen bent JZ rods. I don't know if someone has broken one, but I've heard and seen bent JZ rods. Being a 2J or 1J doesn't matter. So my mind tells me that if I have a piston failure, those other Conrods that I mentioned, not mentioned, but that I've seen that was snapped, it's not to say that they were poor quality or whatever. I think the piston broke, and obviously one thing leads to another. So my mindset is, if I do have a piston failure, which I probably don't, but anything can happen in today's life or world. But anyway, I want my Conrod to rather bend than break. It might sound stupid, but I will rather have my Conrod bent and maybe just have to replace the Conrod and the piston, if it's the piston that caused the damage, than to have the rod snapped and cause carnage, total engine damage. You have to replace the block and everything. I have to replace the block. Actually, I did replace it, but I'm planning on doing a liner insert in the block as we speak. I will take a video on that. But just for this video's sake, I'm showing these Conrods as just to put it out there that, you know, this is very good quality. And actually it's compared to the Hench Performance Conrods, which is also a Chinese company. Those Conrods here run around, I think, 15,500 rand for those Chinese Conrods, and here you bought Wössner Conrods for 16,700. That's landed, that's all inclusive, which I don't think is bad. I mean, you can put 2 and 2 together. What you're gonna buy? You're gonna buy those supposedly cheaper Conrods, or you're gonna add that extra 2 grand or so to buy these. It just makes more sense. But like I said, but the main reason why I actually went with this is because it's like an I-beam design. I think I can call it an I-beam. But nevertheless, it's very, very good quality. These Conrods are doweled. Just let me pause. These Conrods are doweled. As you can see, it's got these recesses here for the bearing locators. I don't know why it's got 2 on each side, but nevertheless, you can see there's also 2 on that side, but it goes together very, very nicely. So let me see if I can do it by one hand here. Don't want it to drop and damage it before I even used it. Come on. But anyway, yeah. So the machining work on this is very, very nice. I actually can't wait to put it. Actually, it's sad to put this in the engine being this nice, but at least you know you're going to have reliability. I'm not sure what the horsepower rating on it is. I did email another company about a month or 2 back asking what horsepower rating their Conrods were, and the guy sent me a whole essay on how you can't determine the Conrods horsepower rating and all that nonsense. But come to find out that actually these Conrods are also forged in China and machining work is done in the USA. So essentially it's also just a Chinese rod. They can argue all they want. If the forging was not done correctly, it's a scrap rod. But anyway, so I'm not sure if this is capable of 1,000 horsepower. I'm sure it will be. Looks very strong, but there's obviously a lot of other things to consider before you can make 1,000 horsepower. But at least my bottom end I know will be good for decent power.